Can we start with decriminalisation of recreational use of drugs? The resolution, if it passes, will the government act on it?
We've seen that we've had really robust conversations with respect to a multitude of resolutions, and I'm very pleased to see that Liberal members are open-minded and are really sharing with us their thoughts and ideas on different resolutions, and including the area.
But the question was, will it pass? If the resolution passes, will the government bring in decriminalisation of recreational use of drugs?
Once again, here today, we're here at a convention, a Liberal convention, to debate a number of resolutions that Liberals are bringing forward, and I continue to look forward to the continued robust debate that we're having.
It seems that the decriminalization is gathering a lot of support in here.
Well, there's been a lot of questions regarding a number of resolutions, and including the issue of decriminalization.
Is that a signal maybe that your government is not in tune with its yeah, exactly.
I really have to say that our government is in tune with respect to this issue. I have to say that our government has really taken a public health approach when it comes to the issue of the opioid crisis on the ground. We compare Canada a lot to the Portugal country.
If you increase the penalties for drug users, does the usage decrease? It doesn't.
The Portuguese learned that lesson in the late 1990s when enforcement was practiced as the main solution to a horrible drug crisis. The country of 10 million people had up to 100,000 addicts. That's an astounding 1% of the population that was hooked on hard drugs. Desperate for change, the government turned to addictions treatment specialist Dr. João Goulão. Goulão's at the time revolutionary recommendation was to remove criminal penalties for using drugs. Portugal still doesn't sanction the sale of drugs, that's illegal, but users are not treated as criminals. Within a decade, the number of addicts in Portugal was cut in half.
We have to say that Canada and Portugal are two very different countries. We recognize that direct healthcare services are provided by the provincial government, and it's very different than the Portuguese model. So we can't forget that either in this debate. It's not just adopting one model and bringing it to Canada.
Would you be open to a made-in-Canada model that decriminalizes small quantities of?
What we're open to right now is looking at all areas.
All of the proponents of this resolution say all of the same arguments for harm reduction apply to decriminalisation of recreational use of all drugs. The NDP, for example, has voted in favour. They're saying be consistent with your arguments for harm reduction and go ahead with decriminalisation of all recreational drugs. Your response?
My response to that would be decriminalization is, again, not the silver bullet solution to the situation that we're facing on the ground.
If there's any consideration being given, or how much consideration given to outflanking the NDP on pharmacare and on the drug issue.
Our policy platform that we're bringing forward and the ideas that we're bringing forward are what is best for Canadians.
If the resolution on decriminalization is adopted by the grassroots members, is that something that the government will consider as a policy?
As I've indicated, this convention this weekend, we have, I believe, close to 3,000 Liberal delegates that are here debating a number of resolutions, and this is a healthy, good debate.